Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. The stock market goes up, the stock market comes down. I think we're going to have a fantastic decade for the next 10 years, but I think we're going to have a couple of issues that are going to be facing us in the next coming months and year. We'll have a pullback, I believe, and some people think it's going to be a drastic drop in the stock market or a bubble burst. And I think all those things could happen, but I think it's going to be a pullback, and I need to prepare myself. So today we're going to talk about what to do in that pullback or crash. This is the New York Stock Exchange. And I think the best thing, if it does have a crash, is not to panic. And if you have a plan and planning for it, you can deal with it better. What are you going to do in the case of a meltdown or recession? Are you ready for it? I guess this is some don't panic medicine, but that's the best way, is to be prepared in case it just happens. Okay, each trader is playing either the long game or the short game. A day trader plays the short game. Swing trader plays the mid game. And if you're a long-term investor, you're playing the long game. Your 401k, that's a long game. Swing trading, that's a short game. So in my case, I have an IRA and a stock trading account that I swing. So I'm a midterm investor and a long-term investor. I need plans for each. This is the month of October, and we have a lot of volatility in the market. We have some indecision on our Congress, on our budget. We have China, the energy crisis, and the supply chain issues that are occurring from the energy crisis. We have Evergrande going bankrupt. And China's a big player in the world, so if they are having a slowing economy, so will everybody else. Our Congress is trying to pass a $3.5 trillion spending package along with a $1 trillion, I hope I said trillion for the spending package, but it's trillion, 3.5 trillion, along with a 1 point some odd trillion infrastructure package. We need the infrastructure package, and we need some of the things on the spending bill. Whether they get these through, I have no faith in our Congress and our government to be able to, the ability to go ahead and pass a budget or take the interests of our country and defend that interest. No faith in our government. Okay, I'm a long-term investor, although I do short good stocks sometimes for the short period of time, because I do think what we have here in October is a month of volatility. So I'm going to take some shorts on some good stocks. In a moment, I'll show you those stocks. Some of those stocks. So if it does have a crash or a pullback, here's some of the things you need to think about or do. If you have a 401k, you can just leave it alone. If you have a trading account, you can just keep doing what you're doing, because this pullback and crash, they've been predicting since last year, and we've seen the market go up. So you can just do nothing, or you can plan for some kind of decline. If you have an IRA, invest in stocks that pay a dividend and that are defensive in nature. In other words, are not affected by the good times and bad times, like Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, in the past Boeing. Stay away from technical stocks, although this is going to be the decade for technical stocks. You want stocks that are basically undervalued, growing, and pay a dividend. So if your portfolio is filled with growth stocks, you might go ahead and find yourself some defensive stocks. So what I'm saying is get rid of the stocks that are high growth, that don't pay dividends for your IRA and for your trading account if you're a long-term investor. Another thing you can do is you can gradually weave out of your positions. Take small profits for your long and kind of go to cash and wait for a buying opportunity. So you'll hear a lot of gurus saying go to cash. Or perhaps maybe you should do some paper trading during these times. It wouldn't hurt you to learn some new things, new techniques, new strategies, and do some paper trading. Get out, go to cash, do some paper trading for a month or two. I think October is not going to be a good month, but who do I know? I'm just guessing. It's anybody's guess what's happening in October. If you're a buy and hold or a buy or buying options, perhaps maybe learning a little bit about shorting. Do some paper trading on shorting. Learn how to do it. You might need it, especially if we have a long-term grind down or a long-term grind pullback, which October seems to be that way. We'll take a look at it in just a moment. Like I said, I'm predicting a downturn between now and January, and I'm making some plans for that. I think the market will go down 10 or 15%. That's a healthy pullback. That's not a crash. So my actions are this, and I'm going to show some examples. For the SPY and the QQQ, I've sold some long-term credit spreads, particularly bear spreads, that expire in January and February. Let me show you. Looking at the SPY, the S&P 500 on the weekly, and the job of swing trader is to capture these major swings. And this is the COVA, and then that's big jump. And now it seems like things are coming down. Zigzag, this is the zigzag indicator, the perfect indicator, but it looks to the future. You can't really use that to trade, but right now the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, so that it seems like it's indicating it's going to go down. I drew a fib. That's what I use the zigzag a lot for. I draw a fib. And you have to ask yourself, is it coming here at this level or this level first? Now, you can't use the zigzag to trade, but you can use other indicators. That's the MACD. This is the RSI, stochastic RSI, and this is the RSI. All looking like they're going up, and that would have predicted that. Not really nice. Right now, the MACD is saying going down. Stochastic RSI thing and the RSI, but the RSI did bounce off the 30 and came back around, so that's questionable. But this is the weekly, and we can drill down to the daily, drill out a little bit. Each bar now is a day. Zigzag doesn't know what it's doing. That thinks it's going up. Indicators are looking like they're going up, but this is the daily. By the way, this is TradingView. It's free, and my setup. How I set this up is in the comments below. This setup is very common. I know a lot of people use some of the RSI indicator and the MACD, and a good starter. But based on the weekly, I think this thing is going to come down to this level, to the 400 level. Let's look at the Qs. This is the NASDAQ, and this is the daily. And I use the daily a lot to trade, and we can capture that swing. You're doing really well. Technicals haven't been doing so good lately, but they seem to have made the comeback the last few days. This is today, and it started up, and now it's pulling back a little bit. This is what we've seen on the SPY as well. Is it going up or going down? The indicators are showing up on the daily. We're seeing much on the weekly as we've seen in the SPY, and it's coming down. Is it going to hit here or here first? The indicators are showing down. I think for the next few weeks, we're going to see a lot of this, but a grind down. What do you think? Are the conditions ripe? What's going to move these markets up? Maybe the Fed. What's going to move these markets down? The inflation, recession fears, our loss of prestige in the world based on Afghanistan, our immigration issues, the fact that the Congress cannot agree on a spending bill or a infrastructure package, the fact that China is having some energy issues that are causing some supply chain issues, and the fact that the second largest construction and housing development company is going bankrupt, Evergrande. That's what you decide. I'm thinking it's going to go down. So I've sold some long-term bear call spreads, and hopefully it turns out fine. Now, I've said China is having some issues, and I think you can do the same thing that I did on the SPY and Qs, because these high flyer stocks, BABA, NEO, and JD.com, although I'm long in my optimism for the decade, I have a feeling that these have not stopped their downward spiral. Let's take a quick look at these without going too much detail. We're on the weekly. BABA, look at that slide down. We got a green bar for the week. Here is the MACD. It's saying go up. Stochastic says go up, and the RSI says go up. Normally, I'd say, and take this play to go up, but I don't see any kind of incentive for the overall stock market to go up, especially China. So I have a feeling we're going to see some reversals here soon and continue this downward slide. And I don't know when it's going to stop, but I hope it stops soon because I want to be a buyer of BABA. And my last trade was a buy, and I lost $156. Same with NEO. I think there's going to be some downwind yet, but I'm a long-term buyer. Typically, you'd expect this to bounce off its support and go back up and reverse. For the month of October, I'm waiting. Long-term buy. And the last one is JD.com, a very innovative company delivering products in large cities. Green candle this week. I still think, based on China, the situation in China, we're going to see some downward movement. So I have long-term shorts till December. Now, I can't predict the future, and perhaps maybe you guys are a little more positive. I'm negative for the month of October. I have a downward bias, but if you don't have a downward bias, this would be the time to buy these three stocks, these three Chinese stocks. What do you think? Please leave your comments below. So I guess when I'm saying it, I'm going short on Baba, NEO, and JD for the short term, not too long, for the next 2 to 3 months. So I'm using this tool called Simply Wall Street. There is a free version, but I have the paid version. It's at $10 or $15. It's not expensive. And I've scanned for established and profitable companies that are undervalued and pay a dividend. Dividend yield, positive, large cap generally, and growth, and undervalued. And I'm not going to talk about any of these, but these are my list. United Health Group, Honeywell. And by the way, the object of this snowflake is look for some green ones. And this has a very healthy company, a very good future in dividend. And all these pay a dividend. Some of them are small. BDX is on my portfolio. Walgreens, Corning, Kroger, Huntington, MTB Bank, Lincoln National, Pulte. So these are all companies you might want to look at as a hedge against a downturn. These are strong companies that are undervalued and profitable. So, in conclusion, do you have a plan in case we have a pullback or a crash? Are you in the market or out of the market? I'm in the market. Are you a long-term investor or a short-term investor? I'm a long-term investor for my IRA and a short, mid-term investor for my trading account. And I'm in the market and I'm still trading. And I have a short bias for the next 1 or 2 or 3 months. If you disagree with any of that, please leave your comments below. I'd like to engage. Once you engage, your trading will get better. I guarantee it. Mine has. Please like and subscribe to this video. Happy trading and catch you on the flip. Be ready for that crash or pullback.